notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act pursuant to public laws of 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Lacey Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. We'll have a salute to the flag and a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First reading of ordinance 2018-01, amending Chapter 79 of the Municipal Code, officers and employees.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 79 of the Township Code entitled Officers and Employees so as to create the position of Chief of Administrative Services. This is just revamping some of our titles within the Civil Service Guidelines.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Second. First reading of ordinance 2018-02, authorizing an amendment to the agreement with Exelon.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the First Amendment to an easement agreement with Exelon Generation Company. This is just recognizing the change in the agreement with regards to the sale to the state of New Jersey, the soil disposal site, and the money that Exelon was due to pay us from that sale, and it's amending the 2010 ordinances that we did.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-51, appointing a public defender.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the appointment of Christopher Casouris of the firm of Dasty, Murphy, McGuckin, Ulacki, Casouris, and Connors as public defender for the Township of Lacey.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Abstain.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-52, appointing snow season labor.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the employment of snow season laborers for the Department of Public Works. This is adding Pete Borchester to the ordinance. He's a former employee here who has his own piece of heavy equipment, so he comes in and helps us out with that. And then one of the young summer kids has decided to help us out during the winter as well.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-53, authorizing the execution of a grant agreement for the Emergency Management Agency Assistance Program.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the execution of the Emergency Management Agency Assistance Grant. This is an amount of $20,000, $10,000 from the grant, $10,000 from matching funds.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-54, authorizing the execution of a grant agreement for the Municipal Alliance Program.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the execution of a grant agreement with the County of Ocean for the Municipal Alliance Program. The total amount of this grant is $32,665. The township's cash match is $8,166.25, and the in-kind is $24,498.75.
Move it. Second.
Who made that motion? Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn? Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-55, authorizing the cancellation and refund of taxes for a 100% disabled veteran exemption.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the tax collector to cancel 2017 taxes due on a property granted the 100% disabled veterans exemption and refund the resulting credit balance. This is on Block 1619, Lot 1. This is what, right now, what happens is that the homeowners, their homestead rebates come to the municipality, so the state doesn't recognize that they have their zero taxable amount because of disabled veterans. We have to refund it to the homeowner.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-56, authorizing the refund of deposits.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing a refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Resolution 2018-57, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills in the amount of $4,972,819.22.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes. Monthly reports.
Okay, for the month of December, the municipal clerk's office collected receipts in the amount of $2,740.56, and the community development for the month of December collected receipts in the amount of $88,516.49. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of December 28, 2017.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve township meeting minutes of December 28, 2017.
Move it. Second.
All in
Motion,
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
motion to approve reorganization meetings of January 1st, 2018.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve raffle license application for Jersey Coast Anglers Association.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve raffle license amendment for the Women's Club of Lacey.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, I do have one add-on tonight. It's an ordinance, and this is just, it's an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensations of the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. This is for seasonal snow laborers, and these are the former employees. So if we were to bring back a former employee to be a truck driver, it's $30 an hour. The heavy equipment operator, it's $35 an hour. I just need that on the record, so that I have authorization to pay them.
Move it. Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliano?
Yes.
And that's all I have to add on.
Comments from the committee? Deputy Mayor McDonald?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things. First, I want to thank DPW for all the work that they have done during the snow. They did a very, very good job. I'd just like to remind the people that to help us get these roads clear faster and better, if they could get their cars off the road, because it's a big problem. If need be, we've got Gilly Park, they can go park the extra cars too, or any of the parts like that. We'll get them plowed out as quickly as possible from there, so that they can move those cars. But if you can get the cars off the road, it really helps us a lot. April 4th, Mayor, we will be holding a volunteer fair down at the Community Hall. And what this is, I attended one of these down in Tuckerton. They got all the communities, the police, the fire departments, emergency squads, and everybody else, the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, everything, and they put a booth there up. And the people can come and volunteer and join the organizations. You may not know how to join an organization that you want to get involved in. This brings everybody there, and you get to go there and see what it's all about, the Historical Society. Thought we'd try it and see what else would happen. And just so that you know, is we have booked the band for the July 3rd fireworks, and it will be Velvet Rose. So the way this is going to work, they're going to come on around 7:30, they'll play from 9 o'clock, and about 9:15, guess what? Fireworks go up. So it's going to be a great night on July 3rd. If we have a rain date, we may not have a band because they won't give us a rain date because they could have another gig someplace, and it's certainly understandable. So, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor McDonald. Mr. Quinn?
Thank you, Mayor. Just touching on what Mr. McDonald talked about with regards to the snowstorm. First of all, Public Works, by all means, thank you for all the work that they did and the great job they did. It's hard to satisfy every single person in town when it comes to a storm like that, but I truly, believe that the guys went above and beyond to try and do everything they could to make sure everybody's streets were plowed out and everybody was able to get around town safe, within a very short period of time. But just adding to what Tim had talked about, one thing I'd like to ask people in in town, we do require, even though we don't enforce it, that if you have sidewalks in front of your house, that when we have a snowstorm, the sidewalks get shoveled out. And the reason I'm bringing this up this year is because the school districts have a new policy now where they don't provide busing to everybody in town. It's a different type of bus system that they have, and some of the kids do choose to walk. Parents have them walking, and it's very difficult when the sidewalks are not plowed to be able to get the kids to be able to walk to school safe. And we got a lot of calls from parents around town that their kids, they were concerned walking out on some of the main roads. So if you have sidewalks, please, I know it's hard to do it the first day with the amount of snow we got, but the sooner you get them cleared up, when school is closed, so hopefully when school gets open, the sidewalks are clear and the kids have the ability to walk safely to school. It's very important to us that none of the children get hurt, with the walking on our streets. Earlier tonight, a couple of us were down, and tomorrow the rest of the guys are going to go down to the Lacey EMS building. Last year's budget, we took and appropriated the money to take and re-chassis 2 of the ambulances down there, and Lenoka Harbor Ambulance Squad actually went out and did theirs also on their own. But Lenoka Harbor Squad, as well as Lacey EMS, took delivery of their ambulances today. Lacey got one, and Lenoka got one of theirs back. And it was very amazing to see, what was done to them. Basically, they look like absolutely brand-new units at, a lot less cost than what we would pay to go out and buy a unit. The new ambulance is done a little bit similar to our police cars. It's done in a dark gray color with gray lettering, and it's, kind of, 22nd century. It's a little more advanced than what you would see on an ambulance, but it looks great. It really looks great. The squads, both of the squads, do a fantastic job taking care of their equipment, and I certainly want to wish them the best with it. I'm sure you'll start seeing it around town within a couple of days once they get all the equipment back into it. But it was, in my eyes, it was money very well spent. It was long overdue that we had new ambulances on the road, and now it's good to see that these things won't be breaking down like they were the last couple of years, because again, it's human lives that we're trying to protect and get to the hospital as quickly as possible without having any issues. And the last thing I just want to touch on, we had the Elks Lodge here tonight. Richie, Joanne, and Don came and presented the shields to the police department, and we didn't get a chance. We didn't comment when they were here, but I just want to comment so when they're watching, from home, on how much appreciation we have for the Elks Lodge, as well as a lot of the other organizations in town for all that they do. The lodge is always there, no matter what the issue is. They come here a couple times a year and give out checks to some of our groups in town, some of the organizations. They're always buying, they're always, taking care of their own causes with handicapped children and different things. So it's an outstanding group of people down there, and I certainly want to make sure that they recognize the fact that we truly appreciate everything they do for the community. And I would never want the members to not recognize the fact that this governing body is always going to be 100% behind them. So, having said that, Mayor, I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, Committeeman Quinn. Committeeman Pete Cardozo.
Mayor, thank you very much.
The mayor did.
I did.
Okay, I would have corrected you. You are the mayor, and we support you. I just want to echo some of the same things that our colleagues have said here tonight. I think one of the things that stands out is what Deputy Mayor McDonald said about the cars. Our police, fire, and EMS just do some of the best work, and I think, and obviously DPW as well, but if you see the coordination from the Office of Emergency Management, there's folks, we have 2 senior communities, there's people on dialysis, there's people with special needs, there's people that are infirm, they're on infirm lists, and those emergency vehicles and those possibly fire trucks, EMS, ambulance, they have to get through the snow. So one recommendation I have, unless there's other stipulations or disagreement with it, is to utilize, as we have in the past, major snow events and major weather events, the reverse 911 system to remind people to get those cars off the road so that we can get to the people that need it and help the people that help us. That said, thank God we didn't have any of those issues, and the DPW had those roads cleaned perfectly, timely manner, main arteries, time and again, and then secondary roads. And I think our mayor does a great job being liaison over there, and of course, all the department heads. But I did want to mention that it's very important for folks that may not tune into this broadcast Everybody gets that message on the reverse 911, either on their cell or their home line. I did want to thank the Elks tonight. It's rare that you see something in this town, like Committeeman Quinn had said, where there's not an elk around. With the altruism and the outreach and the olive branch, I'm hoping that the things that were purchased, those ballistic shields, will never need to be used. That's my hope. That said, if they are, I was actually surprised at how heavy they were. Being a civilian, I never lifted one before. But I could see how a bullet would not go through that. We have one of our former police officers in the audience tonight, Mr. Atelier, and they were quite impressive. If a layperson like me, I'm glad our folks have that, and it's better to have them and not need them. And thanks to the Elks, it's at no cost to the taxpayer. So with that, Mayor, I just want to thank you for all the good work that you did during the storm event and keeping all of us in the loop with information, and same with Veronica as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Committeeman. Committeeman Kennis.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I also wanted to touch on the refurbished ambulances. I had a chance tonight to go take a look at them, and I just want everybody to know that they are a considerable savings to what a new ambulance would cost. I'm going to get my numbers wrong, but Veronica, I believe it was like half the price of a new
Yes,
ambulance.
you're correct.
So we do always try and look to the best ways to save the township money, and it really is a joint effort between the committee and the both first aid squads to come together and present us with the option of refurbishing the ambulance as opposed to buying brand new all the time. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Now it's my turn. First time up here doing this, but this is, I have a few things. I'm going to be tried short. I'm a short type guy. I like to get to the point and get it done. But I would like to also thank the Elks for everything that they do. As you've seen tonight with the shields for the police department, everything that they do in the town is very well appreciated, as well as the other organizations, but this particular instance was the Elks. They always come through for us in every phase of what we need done. On the next note, I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. I just wanted to say, before I continue with a few more comments, that it's my honor to be your mayor. I said this in another meeting we had, that to be in this chair is a great honor of past people that have been in here, which we have basically everybody up here except Deputy Mayor McDonald, which will be next year. So I'm very honored. I had my first Meet the Mayor night down at the Lacey Library, so everybody knows that is the second Tuesday of the month at 5:30. Please come out. Anybody that has any concerns or want to talk, I'll be there. I'll stay as long as I need to, as many people come. So please come out, and I'll enjoy your company, and we'll see what we can do. Starting the new year off with a big bang with the snowstorm wasn't what I really wanted for both the township and myself, but I want to thank the township, the Board of Education, all the police, the fire, all the organizations on getting together and making it where we had no issues at all. I mean, the Public Works did a great job on keeping the roads clear. It was a big snowstorm, so I know they had a lot of hard work ahead of them. They put a lot of hours in. But so people know, while we're on that note, being a liaison to the Public Works, so people understand, I've gotten a lot of phone calls on it. To go out and salt when it's below freezing for several days, the salt does not work. So we're wasting product, we're wasting time, we're wasting money to do that. Everybody back there knows what their job is, and they know how to get it done. It needed to be addressed when it was, and that's what they did. When they knew it was right time to get out and get the salting done the correct way, it was done, and it worked quite well. I just wanted everybody to know that, because I got a lot of phone calls from people saying why you're not salting, why you're not doing this. There's different reasons, and the salting end of it was the main thing, and that's the main reason why we don't go out right away until the temperature reaches a certain, so it works. Also, a big thank you to the Lacey Township Police Department. Right before the storm, we had the emergency management meeting, which some of us attended the night before, and they gave us all the updates on the storm, so we were prepared and got a hold of the rest of the organizations in town so they knew what was going on. I also would like to thank the MUA for all of their help with the plowing throughout the town during the storm. Also, I've gotten a few remarks that people have called me and asked me what's being built behind here on the new road we put back there called R. Kennedy Boulevard. That's the new MUA building. The administration building is going to be back here on R. Kennedy Boulevard. The old building we will be getting back when they finally move into this building to be determined what usage as the Township Committee feels we're going to do with that. Tomorrow night is my first installation dinner, Lenoka Harbor Fire Company. Looking forward to this event. As always, the great things that the volunteer fire departments do, I really appreciate them. Also, tomorrow I'll be attending the New Jersey Department of Children and Family Services, which will be opening up their new center in Barnegat, New Jersey. That's going to be nice to see, you know, everything about that. And I've attended a meeting held by the Rolling Thunder, the New Jersey Chapter 6. They're holding a pasta dinner next Saturday at the Knights of Columbus, 1 to 5. It's $10 per person. They do a lot of great things. Please go out and support them if you can. All the proceeds go to our local veterans. So that's another good thing. On the last note I have, in my box was, you know, a lot of our organizations, we know what they do for us, but this letter came from somebody that I just wanted to read. We would like to take this opportunity to thank you for the aid and the assistance you afforded our father, Joseph Aquino, of 2008 Brookdale Drive. Sometime on Tuesday evening, December 26th, he was incapacitated due to a fall in his home. Our concerns were realized when he could not be reached by phone throughout Wednesday morning. Living in North Jersey, a couple hours away, only added to our worry and frustration. Feeling the worst, we called for your help and you responded immediately, from dispatcher to police to EMS and DPW. The professionalism you all exhibited resulted in his successful rescue, and for this we are extremely grateful. We sometimes take for granted those professionals who dedicate their lives to public service, and it takes an emergency like this to remember the work that such people do, as in yourselves, do on a daily basis to protect and help us. You are indeed heroes to all of us. Again, a heartfelt thanks and wishes for a healthy and safe new year to all of you. Sincerely, the family of Joseph Aquino. Why I read this is great to see all these organizations came together and helped this gentleman out. That's all I got for my first comments for today. I want to thank everybody for coming. I'd like to open the floor to public comment.
Motion to close the floor.
Seeing none, motion to close the floor?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Move it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're done.
We're done. We're
Back
out of
here in
here.
2 weeks.